Okay guys, we are at my favorite toy store here, Quinn Cat in Bakersfield. And I got Mike and Clayton got the trailer here. And like I was saying earlier, we're gonna trailer up one of their 262s. And get it on our trailer and get it over to the shop, to Mike's shop, so we can do this repinning on this thing. I think that might, no, that's a track machine there. I saw a bunch of them over here, so just let him get turned around here. And I'm gonna go ahead and just get out, I think. Well, I'll drive over here, see where they're at. See them over here. They got a whole bunch of new equipment here. Is that a 262 over there? That don't look like one. That's a smaller. That's a 259. Look at those things. Those are massive. Yeah, I love it. This is like my favorite place. These are brand spanking new. I haven't even been rented out yet. Look at that one. That's a 302. Looks like with a taller track on it. See, that 303 has a narrow, that one's got a taller undercarriage. So that's kind of cool. And it's got, yeah, more clearance. Interesting. Very interesting here. Oh, there it is. I drove right by it. This is it right here. So it's right here. It's right here. Yeah, you can drive around. This one's an open cab, but it's still gonna have the same configuration as ours, which is gonna be hold that trigger and up, down. Yeah, so I think what we got to do, we're gonna plug it into the blower, do all the controls, so we know which ones they are on the sticks, and then we'll unhook it, or we just unhook right here, and when you do each one, you see what pin that is. Yeah. Did you talk to Isaac yet? No. Okay. Yeah, Mike was just admiring these little mini Gradals. They're really cool. I know these things aren't cheap, but it's got a slide back and forth and does a whole bunch of options there. Small, so you can get in tight little areas with it. This one here, you can actually put a snowblower on it. This would be a cool one to put a snowblower on.
Yeah. What did he do with the key?
Huh?
What did he do with the key?
I didn't see one.
Luckily,
Do you have one?
Just so happen to have one with the key ring.
So I might actually, we should rent one of those and do some testing with it with a blower.
Yeah.
If it's a high flow, if that's a high flow, that would be one versatile blower right there. Because it's got it's almost the same size tires as the skid steers. So you could run the same chains. I'm gonna look into one of these. got to put these on backwards with no when you don't have a bucket on them. They're really heavy on the back, so you'll flip right over if you try to go in forward. That'll work right there. So we took the stickers off. Even with the heat gun, it left this. So we're gonna have to, we actually went to, we thought we could just use like some goof off. But when we tried to do goof off, took the paint clean off. So now we had to mask this, and we're gonna have to repaint that. So I had to actually order some of this paint from the guys. So that's another fun chore that we're doing. We looked around for all kinds of different matches, but couldn't find anything that matched. Even this darker one here, it looks close, but it doesn't quite match. So these are the stickers that are going on in place of the Lugong. So it's gonna be, it should look really cool when we get it done. But I can't do it yet because I have to wait for that touch-up paint to come from the manufacturer so I can get the match. But when I get it all done, those are gonna go right there like that. So I think that'll look pretty good. Now we got over here with this. So what I'm gonna do is plug it in. I'm gonna function the chute left, right, up, down with these buttons. And then I'm gonna take everything, I'm gonna unplug it, and I'm gonna hit the same buttons on here and figure out which ones have power so that I can match my plug over there. Okay, so now we got the Caterpillar here and the Lugong over here. We're gonna swap these blowers out real quick just to make sure that so this is the first time we've actually had the two machines together, so you can see the I guess the size difference. These pretty much should be like comparably similar size, but you can see the Lugong has a longer wheelbase, slightly it looks like. The skid's quite a bit more narrow and compact. So these are just kind of stretched out a little bit longer. From the rear, it's definitely it's a bigger machine, but believe it or not, the Cat has a little bit more horsepower. I think there's like a 6 horsepower difference or a 7 horsepower difference. So it's just going to be real interesting to see how these things compare side by side. And the good, bad, and the ugly, we're going to show it. We're going to see it this winter. I'm really hoping and praying that these machines from Warrior, these guys right here, I hope they can hold up to the punishment. Fingers crossed. Cat went through a record-breaking season last year, and you know, we had our fair share. Now, what I was going to show you guys, see this sleeve? This is where last year, we had an issue right here. that would build up with snow and ice. And if you didn't keep that clean, this ram, when you lowered all the way down, that ram would hit on that right there, and it ended up bending the ram. So that was pretty devastating fix. These are completely different. Everything's open. So, I mean, just looking, I like that better. But there again, you know, we're not going to know a lot of these things until we actually get these things out in the field and test. So if you can see the profile of this one, it sets lower. Cat sets up higher. So the Cat is, it's not as long, but it's taller. Seems like it's a little bit taller. It's gonna be fun running these machines side by side with each other and see how they perform against each other. So Isaac's gonna plug these in based off of our findings over here. All right, well, we're one step closer than we were the other day. Now we've got right and we've got left. Now we just got to figure out how to do up and down. It's still not doing up and down, so we're working on that. Okay, third time on this thing, and we got left, right function, and we have up, down function. This is perfect. Okay, well, that was a long battle to figure that out, but we got it. So now this one's plugged correctly. Now all we got to do is get the one back there and do the same thing. So as you can see, this was our third attempt, and it's dark. We've been working on it for about 4 hours. It's still not exactly the way I like it, but I have all the functions and it's fairly user-friendly, so we're gonna run with it. One thing I really like is that siren that came stock on these things. That's pretty cool. Definitely people are gonna see you. They're gonna know where you're at. I think that's a great, I wish Cat had that. Very cool. All right, my siren. So after many hours, we figured it out. We didn't give up. All right, so this morning we're gonna get Mike on his way up to Mammoth here with the new machine that we got repinned last night. So we spent, third time was a charm. We got it done, got it repinned, and we're gonna take my North Star Ranger and that up to the house in Mammoth. And we got a snowplow for the Ranger, so we're gonna do a video on that when we put that on in the next week or so. That'll be pretty fun putting that together. But today we're gonna drop that 262 back off at Cat, and then we're gonna head out to the ranch, get him all loaded up, and get on the move back to Mammoth. Okay, we just got out to the ranch. Oh, bud. You quit that, bud. We're gonna get this Ranger loaded up. Okay, we're gonna get over here and fire up the 290 and get the Ranger out of the C-train. Get her loaded up. Get her all loaded up, huh, bud? Probably need to do a cleanup on this old girl. She needs a cleanup.
What you got on your eye? Come here. You got boogers on your eye.
Okay. I'll get the Pioneer. The old Pioneer. The Pioneer is going to stay at the ranch. Come on, girl. Take you guys up to the home site. It's gonna be up here. Shown it before, but show it again. Kind of got a view over this whole area from up here. Pretty nice. There's the pad we built for the shop. So, gonna order a building. You know, I was talking to everybody about doing the C-train thing, and it kind of looks like I can actually order just a building that's gonna be way more user-friendly for us, and it'll be a fun project to put up. So I think what we're gonna do is pour a pad and build a metal building. So that could even be a little more exciting. I don't know what's going on up there. I mean, they're everywhere. It's supposed to get a storm, but it's unusually warm. If you look way out there, it's nasty looking out there. Nasty. It's like a layer. A nasty layer. The sky was clear as a bell the other day, and now it's this. It's just crisscrossing the sky. But we're gonna get this thing loaded and gonna get up to Mammoth with it. So we got the plow is gonna go on the front. We're actually we're gonna get that thing on there, and I think that's gonna be a real cool little snow removal tool for small stuff just around the house and stuff, just for fun. Buddy boy. Buddy boy. Alrighty. Oops, sorry, bud. I got you. Buddy boy. Buddy boy. Okay, we got her all loaded up. I'm gonna strap her down and get on the road. And Clayton's gonna stick around in town this week, and this is Ed's old truck from last year, that one that was in that video. It took a beating. It took a real beating. But I got the new hood for it right here. It's been painted, and you know, we just can't get to stuff. But I'm gonna take the tires off this Ford here. Nice tires, brand new. And we're gonna swap them with these bald ones. And then we're gonna swap the hood. We already put the grill. And then we're gonna fix these headlights, because the headlights are not good. They're not, and I'm just gonna get this thing like roadworthy. I'm gonna fix the lumber rack on top so it's not like touching the cab. And just do a few things to this old girl. It's got the 7.3. Both of these Fords have the 7.3 in them. And my plan is to have this truck back up and running for our snow season. It's a really good truck for up there, and it's definitely that old 7.3. She takes a licking and keeps on ticking. And then here, I don't know if anybody can tell me in the comments, but I've had this machine for about 10 years, and the control box, the guys, when we were traveling with it, it bounced off and fell down and hit the floor, and it like ripped all the wires out, and we have not been able to get it back together. So I was like, oh, you know what, I'll buy a new box for it, you know. And I went and looked on eBay, and they wanted almost $4,000 for the control box for this thing. I was thinking, you know, $500, $600, $700, whatever, like for the other scissor lifts that I have. That's kind of what they go for. This particular model, for some reason, is like it's an anomaly, and the because it's propane and gas, it runs on either one. Propane, gas, and it has no outriggers, so it's got like this weird anomaly box, and there's like 3 of them on eBay that you can even find. Can't find them anywhere else. And they want literally $4,000 for that. I mean, like, the whole thing is only worth $4,000. So it's either I rebuild that control box that I have, but I'll tell you, finding somebody that knows about these things is really tough. And I don't know how to do it. So I don't know what we're gonna do with this thing, if it's gonna be a lost cause or not. But that was a good unit. We used that thing. I've used this thing so much over the years, and it's definitely paid for itself over and over again. So even if we never do get it back going again, we'll be fine. But it's a shame to see everything mechanically works on it. I mean, it doesn't look the greatest, but everything works good on it. Talked about this truck before. This is a 57, I believe, Ford. Okay, it's got a newer undercarriage under it. It was a truck that somebody started on. I bought it kind of basically the way I put the tires on it. I had those tires, but I want to put a 7.3 in this. I think this truck would be so cool with that 7.3 diesel in it. It would just be so cool. So it is a 4-speed, which I think is very cool. So what I might do is take one of the, not Ed's truck, the other 7.3 that I have, and I'm thinking about cutting the frame down, because this is a short bed, so I have to cut the frame down to make it work. The only bad part that I hate about it is that this truck will not be a manual transmission anymore. So I don't know if it would be best. Anyone out there that's restored some of these vehicles, I'm new to this, I don't know what I'm doing, but I would love to keep the aspect of this being a 4-speed. I just think it's so cool. The old 4-speed, 4-wheel drive truck. And I just think that's sweet. And I would love to be able to mate that 7.3 to a 4-speed. Maybe I can find I know what I could probably do is find an old like a newer undercarriage that's it's got a stick, and then I could put the motor in that, and then I could set the cab and the bed on that frame. That'd probably be my easiest route. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, what I should do with this truck. Definitely, I'm gonna get to these. I know a lot of people have said, oh, you're not gonna finish any of these projects. I am gonna finish these projects someday. And what it boils down to is not being so busy at work, where I can actually, where my guys can actually run these jobs, and I can actually, all the stuff I'm trying to do is so I can work on stuff like that and have fun and have a hobby. I don't really have a hobby. Work is my hobby. So this is my hobby, loading stuff up and hauling it and doing things. So hopefully things will get better. You ready to go, bud? Let's go.